We have about a little over 2 weeks growth on these nails, and we're going to go ahead and do a one-step fill on them. We're going to keep the same exact look. We're just going to maintain that regrowth and keep these nails in balance so that we can do a proper fill in the next couple of weeks. So as with any nail service, the first thing we want to do is cleanse the nails before we do any filing or any prep work. So just a little LEpro Cleanser, a lint-free wipe, and give them a good scrub to remove any dirt, oil, or residue from the nail surface. Now we're going to come in with our zippy and our shaper bit just to remove the shine from this nail. So I'm using this bit at about 12,000 RPMs. This will prevent me from removing the design, and it will allow the new product to adhere to the gel. I'm basically just filing into our top coat. You could also do this part with a hand file. Use the 180 grit side of the Lexy file or the Perfect file just to remove the shine from the nail surface. And with our LEpro Cuticle Pusher, very gently push and gently lift that cuticle tissue from the nail plate, and use the blade end to very gently scrape any cuticle tissue off the nail surface. With my Perfect file to prep the nail and to file the product flush to the nail plate around the edges. I'll come in with the 100 grit side of the file and very lightly and gently file my product flush to the nail plate, and then using the very lightest touch, very gently prep that nail surface where the regrowth area is. So I'm not applying any pressure to the file as I prep that natural nail area. If anything is loose or lifted, this is the time to very gently remove that as well. Then I'll come in with my itty bitty bit and just ensure that I've gotten that cuticle tissue off the nail plate. So I'm starting with this in the forward direction at about 7,000 RPMs, keeping it very parallel to that natural nail area, and using the side of the bit to just come up and around and gently down along the sidewall. And this will remove any cuticle tissue remaining on the nail plate. It's very important to use a very light touch to ensure not to leave grooves in the natural nail. Switch to the reverse direction, bring it back to 6,000 RPMs, and do the opposite side of the nail plate. And this will also allow me to gently exfoliate any dry skin that might be around that natural nail. Cleanse to remove all that dust and debris that we just created with the filing. And now we're ready for product application. So we're going to fill these two full cover nails slightly differently than we're going to fill the nails with a French finish. I'm going to apply tack to the regrowth area of the nail plate and just scrub that into the nail surface. I'm going to come in with a little of our one-step gel, and this is just a clear, crystal clear gel. I want to apply a base of this one-step gel to the nails that have full coverage color. So I'm using just a very small amount of product. Apply a very thin layer of clear gel around that cuticle area and wiping off any excess, and we will cure this for 1 minute in the LEDdot. Now we're going to come in with a little bit of the Once Upon a Tide that we used at the base of this nail and add just a little bit of glitter there in the regrowth area. For that I'm going to use my number 4 flat brush. I'm just going to grab just a little bit of gel, just going to fill in a little bit of the area around the base of the nail, just adding the smallest amount of glitter to camouflage that regrowth area. Because these are a hard gel, you want to have a base coat applied to the natural nail before applying the glitter, because when we go to change these nails and change this design, we're going to have to file this glitter off. So we don't want to file on the natural nail again. So having that one step as a base on that natural nail will prevent from needing to file all the way down to the natural nail when we go to change the look of this design. Now we're going to come back in with our one step, and these nails with the French finish we can actually just fill in with one step, and then we can fill over the nail we just filled the regrowth on with one step. One step will cure to a high shine, so this can be a really quick service when your client shows up late, or if you just don't have the time for a full nail maintenance. So just take a little dollop of the One Step, fill in that regrowth area, brush One Step out thin over the entire nail surface. And depending on how quickly you work, you could flash cure this, or you can just continue and go on to the next nail. So grab a little dollop of One Step, and in this case we've already filled in the regrowth a bit, so I'm just going to brush on a thin application over the entire nail surface. And then if we need a little more product in that regrowth area, we can just take a little tail and just lay it right in there. We've cured our One Step for 1 minute in the LEDdot, and it cures to a nice high shine. We're just going to cleanse to remove that inhibition layer. So we'll just apply a little cuticle oil just to rehydrate that skin around the nail. And now we've extended this look for the next couple of weeks.